Hey, how's it going there? Your old pal Jim Silver Picker Flipping Duo. Video number 2 on the day. We shipped already. I shipped. She didn't ship. She had to run the kids to the doctor.
That's why I have to take care of her children.
Yeah. Now we're picking up auction stuff. Did our first pickup already. It was only a couple things. Picked up a couple of old fans, metal fans, which is what drew me to the auction, online auction, in the first place. And then picked up a tool belt, which I thought was multiple tool belts, because that's what it looked like in the picture, but it was only one tool belt, which is disappointing.
It's probably not worth the $5 you spent on it.
And then a new wave oven thing, which is not in good shape. What else did I buy?
The milkshake.
The milkshake, yeah. Which looks okay. So
Are they banking on that to save the whole lot?
well, the fan should be okay for parts.
Fans are like dirty and rusty.
Right. They're not great, but paid $5 a piece because nobody bid on this auction, and I think it's because he just doesn't sell great stuff.
And starting everything at $5, like the lot of pots that he had, like I would have picked up pots for $2.
Right.
Because I could always use more pots.
Right.
With the
Like
amount.
flower pots.
Right, flower pots.
Yeah. But they're just like the.
I'm not paying $5 for them.
Right. They're just like the regular, like Walmart.
Right.
Like,
well, they were the cheap, and it looked like there was like a whole stack of like the plastic ones.
right.
Like, so they're not decorative.
Right.
There was maybe 3 decorative ones. Wow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Just not.
It's just not worth it.
Not great stuff. So, but I bought what I bought, so I went and picked it up. And it's a learning experience, just, we haven't bought from a ton of auctions around here. We've been focusing on thrifting, and now that we're still going to thrift, right? Like, that's still going to be a thing. But auctions are a great way to get your average dollar cost, your sales price up, right? So, those fans, if they were in better shape, are probably $50, $60 fans. In the condition they're in, they're probably $30 fans, which still for $5 is okay,
Was it $5 for both of them, or $5?
$5 a piece. Yeah, a piece. And we will have to do some work to kind of knock some rust off and dust and things like that. Maybe we can get them looking a little bit better. If they work, that'll go a long way to raising the value of them. But it's a learning experience. Now I know what this auctioneer is like. And when you're buying from an auction for the first time, you just have to kind of go through this, this kind of, it's all trial by error. It's all, spend a little bit, kind of go through the experience of what it's like dealing with the auctioneer. What kind of stuff do they have? If you're going in person, what's the crowd like? What kind of crowd do they attract? What do those people like to bid on? So you can kind of find your niche and bid on the stuff that is not popular with the folks that regularly go. You kind of have to work all that out on the fly. That's the stuff that you can't really research before you buy from an auction. So, but this one that I just picked up from, there was only like 57 lots, so it wasn't a big auction at all. And very little had any bids on it. So, you know, small auction, nobody was bought. I mean, for nobody to buy, I mean, I was throwing just minimum bids on stuff, expecting to have to go back and, you know, throw another bid or two to win something. But no, like, I threw bids on it, and I could have just ignored it and won everything that I wanted. But yeah, I suspect it's because the stuff he's getting is not that great. Quality is really, really, really kind of not good. So, you know, I'll continue to look at the stuff, but I gotta kind of just say, okay, the stuff that he's getting is not great, so discount my bid by a lot. But it's really appealing that I can go in there and just put one bid on something and get it.
It'd be more appealing if the starting bid was at $5 for everything.
Well, yeah, that too. But
some stuff is just not worth $5.
Right. So, and he had reserves on some stuff too, and it's like,
really?
Yeah. He had a mantle clock. He takes one picture. It's just everything that's listed is just one picture. And there was a mantle clock, and I love clocks. Like, antique clocks is one of my things. And it was an old, like, black lacquer mantle clock. And it was antique, I'm sure. I couldn't tell if there was a key because it was a wind clock. Of course, you can't tell if it's working. I know that the glass that covered the face was not there, so it was broken in some capacity. He had a reserve on it, so I didn't even bother bidding. Like, I couldn't see, like, when you zoom in, it just blurs everything to hell, so you can't read what maker it is. So I don't know if it's a Seth Thomas or you know, Sessions or just an off-brand or whatever. So I didn't even bother. Like, but this guy just put a reserve on it because it's old. Like, you know. That's why people aren't buying from you. Like, you gotta, just like eBay, you have to, you know, be as reasonable as you can to get people to buy from you, to get customers. So, I don't know. Anyway, we're heading down to Maryland now, Salisbury area. Pick up some more auction stuff, and depending on, I don't think I bought a whole. I really can't remember what I bought. So that should be fun. We'll take a look at what's back there. Maybe I've got to get gas before we head into Maryland, so maybe we'll do that while I'm getting gas. And then we might thrift while we're down there. I don't know. We'll see. I know I got some chairs, so definitely got some chairs. But I think it's
chairs, I don't.
Yeah, like lawn chairs. Lawn chairs and director's chairs.
Oh, you did get that lot.
Yeah. So, got that. I got 2 more encyclopedia sets.
No, you did not.
No. Yeah, so we're gonna go pick up some stuff. So, let's go. Alright, not a whole lot to go over here, but here's the New Wave oven. It's just, I mean, this is coming out. It's, I mean, good thing is I can part it out. So that's the Drink Master back here. It's in decent shape. Judging by the plug, it is vintage. It's not the newer remake. This fan is the better of the 2 fans, Robbins and Myers, and it's in better shape actually, so that should be okay. That's probably a, I'm gonna say $40 fan. This one's significantly more rough, super electric. It's really rough. That's really rough. That's more of a, that's going to be a like somebody can paint it and just display it fan. That's probably a $30 fan. So actually we may take a stab at just painting it and listing it and getting more for it. So maybe that'll be a project for Ashley to do. We'll see. I'll talk to her about that. So gas is done. Let's get on the road. Oh, here's the the tool belt. I don't see a brand on it. Oh yeah, here it is. Custom. That's all. It's custom leather craft. Okay, so that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so let's get on the road. All right, so we've got auction stuff picked up. That was a nightmare.
A little bit.
And we stopped at the Goodwill in Salisbury, but that's it. As you can see, we're pretty well packed. And from the Goodwill, we just bought the typical thrift store stuff, games. I did pick up a Ralph Lauren teddy bear in a box, new. Like the teddy bear is still like bolted in or whatever the hell they do to a teddy bear. It's like sealed in the box. So that can get me some pretty decent for $5. I'm thinking I could sell that for 40 to 50 probably. He's wearing a tuxedo. They come in different, like some of them have like they're wearing sweaters or whatever, polo shirts. This one's wearing a tuxedo. Picked up quite a few board games.
Yeah, the board games are only $2 a piece.
$2 a piece on board games. So.
And we saw some staples. I mean, a mousetrap, catchphrase.
Who knew? Cranium Who knew?
Right.
Password.
Right.
Password's not really a staple. Password's a staple if it's $2.
Right.
Any more than $2 and you're like, I don't think
Disney's seen it.
Disney.
Second edition.
Yes.
That one, yeah.
Right. So, good. And then some new ones too, which I can't think of right now.
Moods. That's not new.
Moods,
It's
yeah.
one we don't see very often anymore, actually.
Right. Oh, and that part's easy.
Oh, that part, yeah.
The animal part.
You know why? Because I didn't even think it. Like, I went to grab the Disney Seen It, and like I glanced and saw it, and just didn't even think. Just grabbed it because I know that.
Right. Picked up 4 glasses, like glassware glasses. Made in Mexico with a cobalt glass swirl in it. They're not branded, but stuff like that does like weirdly well. And at 50 cents a piece, I could probably sell the set of 4 for like $40. Is what I'm thinking. So, and then we pick up a iRobot. I don't normally pick up iRobot stuff, but this one's only $10. It's got the charger, and it's the Dirt Dog, which is their version of a shop vac. So it's like made for garages, and that kind of thing, heavy duty stuff. So for $10, if I flip it for parts for 45 to 60, somewhere in that range, that's fine. Or if I plug it in and it turns on and it starts moving, then it works and it just needs to be cleaned up. It's about $100. So, I'm good either way. So, the auction. Now let's get to the auction. I think I'm gonna skip this Mega Thrift. we're going to hit some thrifts on the way back. I'll hit the Goodwill, but we're going to skip the Mega Thrift because
It's not like we come out with much, so we don't need room.
Yeah, right. So the house was set back off the road. A good probably 200 feet, maybe more.
Maybe more.
So when we first went in,
and it was already off, like the road.
the main road.
Right. It was already back.
It was 2.5 miles off of Highway 50, which is the main drag in that part of
It
Maryland.
was already quite far back,
Right.
and then the house was back, and not like open land, like, hey, there's the house. No, you
woods.
pull up and you're like, well, you see cars.
Right.
Where's the house?
Right. So cars were parked on the street, and people were walking back, and I'm like, oh shit. So we parked on the street.
And it rained yesterday.
Right. So everything's all sloshy and soft. So we walked back down there, dirt driveway,
It's rocks. That's
rocks,
some
whatever,
places.
gravelly,
Right.
spotty gravel.
But also wet leaves in other places.
Right.
It
It was not pleasant. We check out, we get our list, we get our guy that takes us throughout the house. It was a nice house.
I didn't get to see the house.
Yeah.
I like to look at the houses.
The first lot was glassware, and I totally forgot that I bought glassware. Because that was a lot that was like I put it on my watch list because it was the mid-'80s Arby's. Arby's gave away like Christmas glasses. It's the Hollyberry, I think it's called. They sell well. They're even selling now, post Christmas, and I didn't buy just like 8. There was like 40, and there was other like dishes like teacups,
Coffee cups.
Yeah, but they were Gibson brand. Like, just you could buy those at Walmart. Not a big deal if those. Like, we can break those, it doesn't matter. We've already broken one of the Arby's ones, so. I broke one of the Arby's ones. That happened.
I was not prepared for a whole counter of glassware.
I forgot that I bought it. So. But it was one of those things where, like, yeah, I put a bid on it, and then I moved on to other things, and I forgot about it, and I won the lot with my first bid, and like it just went away. It went into the nether, and I just totally, it left my brain.
You were able to look up the total that you owed.
Yeah.
You couldn't see what your lots were that you bought?
I could, but I just didn't. I bought a Tonka van and the camper that it tows, and then another like a off-road vehicle that was broken, a camera lot which turns out to be just junk cameras that won't turn out well for me, and that happens when you don't preview, and that was one of those lots where it's like, yeah, it's cheap, I'll just throw money at it, see what happens. I'm wondering if the person that I was bidding against was like, oh, thank God. I don't have to buy that. And there was a canister vacuum. It was a Hoover wind tunnel canister vacuum, which those parts can do okay. We buy mostly, almost exclusively Kenmore. But this was a Hoover, and I was like, okay. And I looked up the, Hoovers, because I'm not really familiar, and I'm like, how do they do? And they do okay. They sell slower. So I bid on it. The bid was like $10. I'm like, yeah, for $10, fine. Then it was $12.50. Then I had to go to $15, and then it was, before I knew it, it was up to like $30. And I'm like, all right, no, I'm done. I can't buy a vacuum that I'm not as familiar with, and my research tells me that I'm going to sit on it a bit longer. I can't overspend what I would buy a Kenmore for. And like, we're leaving, and out comes this lady with her vacuum, just the one thing, carrying it to the car. Like, I'm trying to make money here, lady. Stop trying to clean your house. Go to Walmart and buy your own damn vacuum new for what you just paid. She couldn't buy a new vacuum for that. I'm kidding. You buy what you want to buy, but yeah. Yeah, she came out with her vacuum, like she, drove. I don't know where she came from, but I'm gonna say she drove all that way.
Even if she's from Maryland, it was out there.
Right. It wasn't right around the corner. That's for sure. There was no corners. It was, 3 miles straight off the main highway. But probably 15 miles away from the closest Walmart. So maybe that's how people around there shop for that kind of thing. I don't know. But it is what it is. Then we bought the lawn chairs, the director's chairs. The one director chair is right back here. It's a tall one, and it's from IKEA. Sometimes IKEA stuff does really, really well. Sometimes people don't really care. I don't know what that's going to do with the IKEA brand, but it's just the frame. It's not the seat and the back. And the arms falling off. So who knows? It might just be firewood. Yeah. So there's that. And I bought a Shark, like a steamer / vac. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's like an ion steam Shark, I think is what it is. It's like an old school Shark. I paid $10 for it. I should sell it for like $7. That's all I know. That's all I know. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, some UPS. Like, apparently somebody in the house was a UPS driver. So there was like a little UPS award and a UPS plaque, or it might be an ashtray, I don't know. The little UPS truck. This one's not as exciting. There's no McDonald's bags. Or cookie boxes.
I'm not even done with that McDonald's stuff.
Yeah, we still got more of that stuff to go through. I only listed what is in that video. That's all that's been listed so far. So we have a ton more to list of that. This month, I'm probably going to upgrade my store. So,
You have to.
yeah. Because we got that stuff. We've got game pieces that we just kind of stopped listing. We got a ton more ads. Like, it's all little value. The McDonald's stuff's more. It's valued a bit higher. But, like, the ads and the game pieces is lower value stuff, but it takes up listing space. So we'll upgrade the store, and I've got a suspicion that when you upgrade the store, your search visibility bumps up a bit. So that's just me. There's no evidence of that. I just feel like when you're promising eBay more money per month, they give you a little bit back in return. So through visibility. And again, that's just my brain, me saying that. So we're gonna pop into Goodwill here and check that out, and then head home. It's actually starting to sprinkle, so maybe we'll skip it. Now we'll go. We'll stop it. All right, let's go see what the Goodwill. What?
Just did a whole bit yourself.
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's go see what they have. All right. 2 auction pickups, 2 thrift stops. Traveled like 60 miles, 70 miles. We're done. It's 4:15. Going home. That last thrift store, we picked up some stuff. We did.
More than I expected.
Yeah.
That store is always good for unique items.
Right.
Like, we don't go up in there and pick up our regular stuff. It's always out of the ordinary, random stuff.
Yep.
That's a store that we really got to keep an open mind in.
Right.
I don't know how I pull it off.
You have to just, yeah.
Right.
Picked up a camera bag for $6, which I don't usually like paying $6 for camera bags. I like, under $5, but okay, $6. A ResMed CPAP machine bag. Those usually sell pretty okay. Not for a ton of money, but okay. For $3. Couple board games. Nothing super crazy there. A Danbury Mint figure. I don't know, it's a bird.
It's a flamingo, first of all. Second of all, like, we never pick up little figurines.
Right.
Like, that's...
Right. But another one caught her eye. It was the Andrea by Sadek, which that brand can fetch pretty decent money. But it was a goose. Two geese.
I think they called them swans.
Swans. Okay.
There's 2 swans.
But one of them had the feet broken off, so I had to put that one back. But then this flamingo was right next to it, and that's a Danbury Mint. They wanted $3 for that one. How much did they want for the other one?
There wasn't a price on it. Yeah.
So it fetches about 25 to 30. So that's pretty good. Then the big money item was a Yamaha. What did they call it? It's right there.
What? Oh.
A pickup mute for your brass instruments, your trombones, your trumpets, and whatnot. Actually, I think it's just those 2.
Right.
The thing that they put in the end. But this one, you can stick earbuds into it and listen to yourself play without annoying your parents. So, bought it for $20. It's all there, as far as I can tell. And it gets about 100. So, that's good. That's a good pickup.
Unique.
Right.
I don't think we've ever found one before. I don't think we've ever looked at one before.
Never seen it before.
Right.
Didn't even know it existed. I know that the mutes exist, but I didn't know that the mutes with the ability to like it transmits the sound to earbuds. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. This way you can practice and not annoy anybody else. So that's that. I'll do a quick run through of just some of the unique stuff when we get home, or maybe tomorrow, whenever we unload this thing.
Well, there's no room in the back seats.
Yeah.
It's one thing to keep the back full, but we need the seats.
Right.
Because we have children.
Right. So
that stuff will have to get out today.
Right. Well, it depends on if it's starting to precipitate. So we'll see. Yeah, so we'll go through just some of the interesting stuff. We're not going to go through every single thing. But, yeah, so stick around for that. All right, so it is. There's the cat, by the way. We're very, very overloaded with stuff. There's one of the captain's chairs. That's the Pier 1. It's a tall boy. There's the arm to it right there. So yeah, this is, showed you this stuff before. This is the Ralph Lauren teddy bear. You couldn't buy these. They were a gift. So that's why that's a bit of something. This is the Tonka van. And I don't know, Tonka Corp, made in USA. I don't know where the other piece to it went. It's around here somewhere. I think it's in one of these bags. I don't want to mess around with them too much. Here. That's the Jeep. That's busted. These are the glasses. So these are, let me get it in the light. Sorry, I don't have a clear background unless I go to the photo area. These are Arby's. I don't know if they're marked. They are not. They're like Arby's Holly Berries, Holly something, I don't know. They came in different sizes. I got a bigger one right here. And I mean, they are just, there's a bunch of them. And there's a bunch in there. And then there's another bag down there. There's the camper. So yeah, like a set of 4 of these will sell for like 30 to 40 bucks. I think I paid $8 for the whole lot. And there's an old Brownie camera, part of that camera lot that we toted. Oh, don't break. Okay, I'm not messing with that anymore. We got this guy for 50 cents. That's a Hallmark reindeer guy. That's the camera bag, CPAP bag. These are the glasses. These are made in Mexico. Kind of vintagey with that cobalt swirl, 50 cents a piece. This stuff, even though it's unmarked, there's no maker, sells really, really well for us when we can find them. This is what I was telling you about. This is just a saucer, but this is the Gibson. Like, this is nothing. This might be fun just to break. Yeah, that's nothing. But when you buy a lot, you have to take the whole thing. So this is the Silent Brass System SB5-9. This is the pickup mute, and you can see the guy there with the earbuds in. And yeah, this I paid 20 bucks for, but it sells for 100. Doesn't sell often, but it'll sell for 100. And this is the camper that goes to this van. Little pop-up camper. So that's cool. I don't know what this goes for. I paid up for it though. I think I paid like $17.50 for the lot. So, yep. Yeah. So, in all, the 2 auction pickups, that was $100, like 110, and then 50 at each stop-ish, give or take, for the thrift stores. So about $200, a little more than $200 for the day. And now we've got to get it listed. So I need the space. I mean, it is one lane of walking, and I'm already tap it into shit. I don't know. I can't buy for a little while. And we got to sell this stuff too. So may put stuff on a bigger sale. I may go through, my sale ends tonight. I may go through tomorrow and just drop prices on stuff that isn't moving, and just, I don't care if I break even, just get rid of it so I can make room for this stuff that's like higher ticket, and just free up the space of the lower value stuff. Just get rid of that stuff that's bulky, lower value, taking up space, not really moving. Like, I don't need to deal with that. So that's all we got. So like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. We'll catch you next time.